welcome back to a Christian Talk of the Town. We're here at ICM Week having a blast. And like we've said, we saw some really great performances, heard some really great singers, but kind of shifting gears, we have two amazing young artists here with us today. We have Isaac Cole and we have Tommy. I know I'm going to say the last name wrong, so you just go ahead and say it. Tommy
Brandt, the second.
The second. So, welcome, guys. And I just have to say, I did get to see y'all perform the other day up on the stage together, and that was amazing. Y'all are very, very talented kids.
Thank you.
All right, so Isaac, we'll start with you. Tell us how you got into music.
Well, actually, I was about 4 years old, and we were pretty much, I just said I was 4, and I said that I wanted to perform at the church. So I picked out one of my favorite songs at the time. It was Josh Turner's Long Black Train. And I'm this little tiny kid. I'm only about maybe like that tall, running around with this gigantic microphone that's about the size of my torso.
Uh-huh.
And my parents just taught me the words. And they taught me all they did was teach me the words, and I went up there and I just performed my butt off. We have the funniest video of it ever, and they honestly thought I was just gonna walk right off the stage and be done. Afterwards, the people said they were like, "What did you guys do to teach him to do that?" They said, "We just taught him the words and he did that." And I've wanted to perform ever since that. And then I was extraordinarily blessed to meet up with his dad at the at God's Country in Butler, Pennsylvania, in I think 2005. And as I was sitting there at the booth, I looked up at Tommy, and I said, "That's what I want to do." And then about a few years later,
But I'm a little big.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah, and a few years later, we my dad, he actually called Tommy. No, he emailed him and said that we wanted some backing tracks so that I could sing to his songs.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad said, "How much do you want us to pay for them?"
Right.
And Tommy just said, "You don't have to pay for them. It's on me. I'll just send them to you."
Awesome.
And Tommy and the entire Beyond the Music team has just been a blessing to me from the start. And, well, we've been pretty much friends from the beginning, too.
We're pretty much friends. Okay, so let's go to you. Of course, we were just talking about your dad, so it's obvious you grew up around music and all that stuff. But, I mean, what made you decide, I want to do this?
Well, I guess I was kind of born into it because my dad's a singer and my mom used to sing with him, but she stopped because I was born. And my dad's been singing for a long time, and I always wanted to. Whenever I turned probably about 2, I was singing in the churches, and I kind of took a little break when I think I turned 6, and I took a little break to last year.
To be a kid, that's okay.
Yeah, and then I started playing guitar before I started singing again.
Mm-hmm.
And I just loved it. I never had a lesson. I just learned it by
You've
heart.
Never had a lesson.
No, ma'am.
You taught yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
That is the main thing. You are awesome with your guitar, so that is really amazing. And now you play a bunch of different instruments, right? Because I know last night they were talking about your parent said, "We'll buy it if you'll play it."
Yes,
And so how many can you play now because of that?
I play acoustic guitar, electric guitar, mandolin, banjo, violin. Also, I do a little bit of slide guitar, too.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Okay, so last night when we were all at the Jam Fest, you sang a song that said, "I want my country back." And you put "Please Hold the Rap," which I thought was really cute. That was a cute little added in there. What made y'all stick with just country? What inspired y'all to sing Christian country?
Nothing really.
Daddy did it, so you did it?
Well, to sing Christian country, I mean, I guess I do really like mainstream country, but also kind of look at, let's see, an example, Brad Paisley. He is a mainstream artist also, but he is an obvious Christian, because if you look at most of his albums, just about every single album that he does, the last song on the album is a hymn.
Yep.
And I do like having a message in country music because I love country and I'm a Christian, so I put Christian and country together, and you can minister to people with that. And I just think that's priceless.
Okay, so we were talking about you with the guitar. You taught yourself how to play guitar, and you did that actually before you started singing. And we got to hear you really take a song and kind of turn it around, and you turned it into a Christian song. So tell us how that inspired you to take those kind of songs and switch them around.
That was just always my favorite song when I was younger because I'm more of like an old 80s rocker. I'm not exactly as country can be.
Right.
And we crossed I crossed the line between him because he likes old rock and roll too, but he just somehow got into country, and I like rock and roll, so I'm just barely hanging on with country, but like more like country rock.
Yeah, more like country rock.
Because the last song we did, it's called "This Ain't My First Rodeo," and that's on my new album, and that was like my favorite song that I've done. And we rewrote "Can't You See," which you were just talking about, and I always loved that song, so I just thought I might rewrite it and sing it.
Okay, so we're at the ICM week this week.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all are up for awards, which congratulations,
Yes,
nominated for a lot of stuff. So what do you have going on after this?
AMGs, the AMG Awards, Artist Music Guild.
All right, you're headed there too as well.
Yeah, we're actually both going there. I kind of say we're doing like a mini tour together, kind of. We're here, and then we go down to AMG's, which is the Artist Music Guild, and it's just a different award show down there, and we're also nominated for a few awards down there. But I really enjoy traveling around with my buddies and doing music. You know, it's fun.
Yeah. Well, I've enjoyed getting to hear y'all this week, and you can tell y'all enjoy being around each other. Y'all feed off of each other up there performing and all that stuff, and that's great. Real quick before you go, one last question for both of y'all. To the kids out there that are wanting to do something like this and are watching y'all going, wow, that's amazing. They're so young. They're our age doing this. Words of encouragement for them.
Well, I mean, like my parents have always told me, like, they didn't know anything about music in the beginning, and we had friends who were like in music. My dad asked them about this, and because he wanted me to do this because it was what I love to do. If it's what you love to do, do it, and do it with all your heart, and do it for God. Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna say pretty much what Isaac said, but think about it. You can do all things with Christ, and that's no other greater thing than God.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask y'all some silly questions that might actually make you smile. We might actually get a smile out of you before we're done. Okay, so going out to eat, do y'all prefer steak or hot dogs? Because I'm a hot dog all the way. So what do y'all prefer?
Steak.
Steak.
Steak. All right, so are you Coke or Diet Coke people?
Coke.
Coke.
Jeez. Okay, are y'all, so you got to tell us, what is one of the craziest things that has ever happened to you on stage? Like, you know, like, did you lose a shoe? You know, what's one of the craziest things that has ever happened to you on stage performing?
What, do you have an answer for that? Not yet. Let's see. I was up on stage one time, and I'm trying to remember what exactly happened. It's so hard to remember. Do you guys know? Man.
They're looking around going, somebody help us, please.
I'm looking at my
what
parents.
happened?
I'm like, you break out. You go.
I almost fell off stage from the fog machine.
You almost fell off stage because of the what?
Fog machine.
Oh, that's great. So, like, you almost tripped over the fog machine, or you couldn't see because of the fog? You couldn't see because of the fog, so you just almost, like, face planted right in front of everybody. All right, you got yours.
I remember being up on stage, and this was pretty embarrassing that happened. But it was a brand new song that I just learned, and I'm performing it. The song starts, and as soon as I start singing the first verse, I'm going, and it was just kind of like I stopped. It just complete dead silence, and the track just kept going. I'm like, what is the words? I can't remember the
Completely forgot
words.
the words.
And it just kept going until the chorus. And as soon as the chorus popped on, I'm just like, all right, let's keep going.
Let's keep going. I got it. We got this. I know the chorus.
Yeah, it was so embarrassing. It was like, because I looked so stupid just standing there like, what am I doing? What is the word?
See, that's the great thing with us. When we forget the words, we can just say cut. Y'all forget the words, you're in trouble.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Especially if you use a track. If you're playing live, that's one of the things why I like to play live.
That was
like,
actually going to be my next
yeah.
question.
I like playing live a little bit better. I used to be extremely dependent on tracks,
Uh-huh.
but then I don't know if you recognize the name, but Dennis Agajanian really pushed me hard to stop using tracks because they honestly can mess you up
Right.
more than they help you. Because even though they give you the full sound of your recording, if you mess up, you're done. If you're playing acoustic, you can just wing it.
You can just
and
wing
then
it.
you can make it sound like it never happened.
Right. That's right. So what about, have you played with tracks or have you always just...
I play with tracks and I do a band. Everyone that I know likes the band because you get like a full sound and it's live and you
Yeah.
just get to have fun with it. You can tell them to go throw something else off, and with a track you can't do that.
Right, you can't do that.
Like,
so your band, you like the band too?
Yes, ma'am. Like we did the other day. At the end of the song we did, we threw in "Sweet Home Alabama." I didn't know
Right,
we were
yep.
gonna do that. He didn't know we were gonna do that.
Which I love
We
that y'all
just
threw
winged
that
it.
in because I'm from Alabama. So I just thought it was great that y'all threw that in.
Awesome.
One of the
So-
funny things that I did in my concert one time is I was doing that song, and I thought for the last verse I did "Sweet Home Pennsylvania," where the skies are never blue.
Where the
Because
skies-
I'm from Pennsylvania, and most of the time the skies aren't very blue there, and it's pretty cold.
I guess we want to thank y'all for taking time out of your schedule and coming over and sitting down talking with us for a little bit. Y'all are amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. I think y'all are great. And guys, we'll be back with more of A Christian Talk of the Town.